Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way, and it's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never ends. Love is the common denominator in how we relate to God, to others, and even to ourselves. As followers of Christ, love is our trademark. Love is a tricky word as well. It's most often understood as an intense feeling or a deep affection. Biblically, love has a much deeper and richer meaning. It transcends a feeling or emotion. This is what we see here in Paul's words in 1 Corinthians 13. He tells us that love isn't merely a feeling, but a way of relating to others. While most of us are fairly familiar with 1 Corinthians 13, slowing down to read it empowers us to enjoy the subtle beauties we may otherwise miss. In this timeless passage on love, Paul uses poetic symmetry to deepen his point. You see, he lists 8 things that love embraces and 8 things that love resists. First, love embraces patience, kindness, truth, resilience, faith, hope, endurance, and perseverance. And then love resists envy and boasting, arrogance, rudeness, selfishness, anger, resentment, and wrongdoing. In these verses, Paul instructs us about what we need to hold close and what we need to let go. He empowers us with a framework to respond to any situation in and from love. Sometimes we will need to do things that are out of our comfort zone. Sometimes we will need to not do things that feel natural to us. In both situations, love empowers us to respond beyond our feelings so we may impart life to others. We can begin by putting these things into practice with those closest to us, our family. Although as Christians, we don't just stop there. See, we're all bombarded with 24 hours news cycles that remind us of all that's broken in our world. This leaves us mentally distracted and spiritually deluded, and quite frankly, just feeling overwhelmed and maybe even fearful. But the good news of the gospel is that we have a remedy for fear, and it is courageous love. We have experienced this love personally, and now we have the opportunity to share it with others. It starts with looking around right where we are and becoming aware of those near us who need help. When a family faces crisis, kids can become vulnerable to neglect and unfortunately even abuse. At Bethany, we believe no family should experience this. What action can you take to love those closest to you? How can you love your neighbor by practicing these responses? And before you do anything else, I'd love just to say a prayer and blessing over us, that you would be an expression of the love and compassion of Jesus right where you are. Father, thank you. Thank you for the courageous love you've expressed to us through Christ. Thank you for the patience and kindness and perseverance you embrace with each of us every day. As I celebrate your goodness in our lives, I pray that you would also use us as instruments of goodness in the lives of others. Open our hearts and minds to ways that we can demonstrate the love and compassion of Christ to those nearby in our communities, our country, and around the world. Amen.